Vivian. Today the topic of my presentation is teachers' use of English in communicative German language classrooms, a quantitative analysis. This paper was published on Progress Education Journals for 15 pages in 2006 by Angelica Kramer. And the research tried to investigate the native English teaching assistants and the non-native teaching assistants' use of English in communicative German language classrooms in Germany. And I will try to introduce this paper for 5 parts, including introduction, methodology, results and discussion, conclusion, and following by my reflection. And there were 2 purposes of this paper. First, we tried to examine the amount and the purpose of English used by teacher assistants in the classroom, and also tried to investigate the language switching by native speakers and non-native speakers of the foreign language. And here are 2 research questions in this study. Question 1. Do native and non-native German teacher assistants use English in beginning language classrooms? The result of this study showed that English was used in all classrooms observed. And question 2. Do native and non-native German teaching assistants use English to extent and functions? In this respect, as well as when considering that all teaching assistants did use English to some extent and functions. And specifically, there were 4 hypotheses that were investigated in this study. 1. There will be a fair amount of English in the classroom despite recommendations of the textbook and departmental guidelines, and it was confirmed. However, it was much less English in the classrooms than the research had expected. Hypothesis 2. Novice, it means the beginner teaching assistants will use English more than experienced teaching assistants. And it was also confirmed, but for the native English speakers teaching assistants only. And hypothesis 3, native English teacher assistants will use more English than non-native English teaching assistants. And it was confirmed absolutely. And hypothesis 4, the use of English can be attributed to specific functions. And it was also confirmed. And I would like to introduce these 8 specific functions and the part of result and discussion. And about the participants, there were 5 teaching assistants in this study, and 3 of them were the native English speakers, and 2 of them were non-native English speakers. And 3 of them were experienced teaching assistants. And about the courses, there were 5 foreign language method courses and 3 German foreign language courses in Germany were taught by these 5 teaching assistants. So here about the methodology. First of all, the first step is classroom observation. And for the reason of data collection, there were 2 different auditors in the classroom, and including the microcassette recorder and the small digital recorder. And immediately after the classroom observation, the research conducted an interview for each teaching assistant, and also it was audio taped with the microcassette recorder. So after the interview, all of the teaching assistants were given the questionnaire that used in 1990 by Dove and Polio, and you can also see that at the appendix of this at the end of this research paper. And here's the result and discussion. And this table shows the numbers of occurrence of different functions for the teaching assistants' use of English in the classroom. And we could see the abbreviation of these 8 different functions here, and also the names of the teaching assistants and the numbers of observation 1, 2, and the total. So as we see in the slide 13, we could see the most use of English in the classroom will be the classroom management and administrative vocabulary. And the second one is translation. The third one is repetition or explanation to prevent and remedy students' lack of comprehension. And the fourth one is talking to individual students. So the most implication of this study would be to try to develop a set of classroom management and administrative vocabulary terms and expressions in German for teaching assistants and students to use. So it's better to reduce the amount of English in a particular classrooms under investigation. And the different implication of this study is a good foundation in relevant teacher coursework seems to be beneficial. That is why teaching assistants should complete methodology coursework prior to their first teaching experience. So the last part is about my reflection for the future research. The more extensive study could develop students' proficiency with lesson content and progress. And also, a longitudinal study could prevent unnatural teaching style and overboard insights. And that's all of my presentation. Thanks for your attention.